Alright, trying another camera. Well, it's actually the camera I was supposed to be using the other day, but, well, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, whatever. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me now? Anyway, see if the microphone is better on this camera. It's on the top. Anyway, alright, response video. Yeah, I'll have to post this on the inmendham channel. Well, that's alright. I can post a regular video there. There's no law against it once in a while. Even though I'm protesting YouTube. I gotta get rid of this stupid tree branch. Really, it's in my way. Yeah, so anyway. So yeah, I'll post it on YouTube. What the hell? Damn. Yeah, I still got so much to do. I haven't even got my rat video done yet. Anyway, I mean, it's not that I have to do much. I just have to play it and talk, but just haven't found the time yet. Zomgits. Oh my god, it's Chris. Anyway, she made a video about this agnostic atheist divide or line or verbiage. And Professoranton responded to it. I'm going to respond to his video, at least the end of it, because he keeps saying, I'm not asking, what would there be if there was nothing, or what would there, I mean, but he is. He just keeps hanging up on this idea that somehow evolution, the aging, the rusting of matter on a surface of a planet, it's just, why would it come up with consciousness? Ooh, too mysterious. Yeah, and well, I shouldn't respond to his video because I want to respond to his video. But he implies that somehow, there's something that we're doing or feeling that doesn't seem to have some sort of survival utility. Or at least didn't have it in our long past or short past or our evolutionary history. I think it's quite obvious that every emotion we have would have survival value in imaginable in a different context of the human evolution, that there would be a period of time where such emotions or reactions would be conducive to the long-term, broad-spectrum survivability of a chain of DNA code. And so anyway, this is what the argument's about. It's it shouldn't even be an argument. I mean, the very idea of the presumption that we have to look for something beyond what the facts indicate, which are you have a material universe made up of energy, that energy gets caught up in relationships with itself, with bits of itself, that those little bits become what we call elements or matter, that there's a certain number of these elements, a very limited number, and that they can combine or associate with each other, connect to each other in an infinite number of compound arrangements, and that those compounds create the bits that we're made out of, and that under special circumstances these elements and these compounds can create interesting phenomenon, like for example carbon under the right circumstances can become a diamond. Under the right circumstances, other elements and compounds can become emeralds and rubies and other little things. Under the right circumstances, like you throw a match on these dry leaves, you have a phenomenon called fire. It's very interesting when you're looking at it. Strange, bizarre, visually to our senses, but really no more magnificent than maybe if we could see the electromagnetic spectrum more broadly, or even the magnetic sphere around the planet, it might look like it was on fire. So it's a phenomenon of this material that is in this thing called the universe. And this material is dirt simple, playing by dirt simple rules. You know, very basic attraction forces. You know, it might all come down to all real matter. I mean, all real energy. All the little bits might all be just traveling at the speed of light, and every other speed phenomenon is an illusion of our big perspective. And that's all. And that the whole system is very simple forces, and given enough time and enough interactions, if the pool balls bang into each other enough times, they will, you know, stand 4 high or something. You know, it's not likely, it's not probable, but there it is. It will happen in enough permutations. And with enough permutations, quite obviously, life was possible. But let's understand again what the hell it is. It's one cell, one time on planet Earth, as far as we know, that just through, you know, bizarre chemical phenomenon arrangement reproduced itself, and did so in a manner that made it possible for it to evolve, for it to mutate, to have a blueprint that decided the shape of the copy. And as Dawkins would say, it is those genes that are that genetic material, that DNA molecule, that is actually evolving. This thing we are is not evolving. The molecule is changing, and we end up living the result of those changes. And yeah, and so okay, that's it. So if you just believe that, somehow you've got to argue with a bunch of buttheads that somehow you're not, that you don't have enough information, or, you know, you haven't unlocked the magic cabinet yet. No, prove it exists first. Right there, I've explained enough to say I can know beyond any reasonable doubt, because you can provide me no reason to believe there is a magic cabinet with magic truth in it. I have enough to draw a solid, hard conclusion. There is no intelligence that designed this slop. It is a mechanical process running itself through, and it doesn't do it for a purpose or to serve to accomplish any of that crap. And any notion of that is so self-defeating anyway, because you still would have to explain the origins of your orinator. It seems quite obvious. The origins are simple, not complicated. The origin is in permutations in time and simplicity. That's the recipe. The recipe isn't highly complicated, more complicated than we are, that decides to create something sloppy, stupid, simple. You know, no complex notions like justice or elegance or beauty. No, just slop. So anyway, hands getting cold. So yeah, why should we have to defend the notion that that's essentially the rational default, and to go anywhere else you have to be agnostic on the subject of God, you basically have to be religious. There are no agnostics. You're either a believer in a material universe or you're a believer in magic cabinets, even though there's no evidence of them, even though you have no credible evidence, no reasonable evidence. You know, human beings are disgraceful liars. You know, they haven't ever recorded a human event accurately, you know, unless it's on videotape. Otherwise, their stories don't reflect the reality at all. If you went by the people in the crowd when Kennedy was assassinated and interviewed them, they'd be telling you a giant Tyrannosaurus shot Kennedy. People are full of shit. All right, and they'll say there was 400 shots, and there was, they'll come up with all kinds of. There were flying monkeys. They killed Kennedy. So that's all you got. You got this jibber jabber from a bunch of dishonest, lousy, rotten human witnesses to these historical events of godliness. And then you got the voodoo and the mumbo jumbo, the psychic surgeons, the faith healers, all proven liars and cheaters. You got these whack jobs who, have these preposterous egos and essentially are walking up to you and saying, I think I'm Napoleon. And you're buying it. That's a credible source of evidence. Some wacky woman who thinks she was Cleopatra, and had all kinds of hooker adventures, come on. Game over. There's no excuse for any giving this silly cartoon description of reality, where there's some sort of magic forces fighting for the old living experiment. No. You might as well say Deputy Dog created the world. You might as well say, Deputy Dog and Minnie Mouse had a real life affair. I don't know. You might as well say all kinds of wacky, crazy, absolutely silly shit. Why don't you just speculate that cats are really aliens and they just like to watch humans masturbate, and that's why they're cats, because they know people will, what the hell, it's just a cat watching, who cares? I mean, just make shit up, right? That's all you got. You got the truth. Mechanical universe creates a reproducing cell. The reproducing cell spends 4 billion years eating itself. Fighting with itself. Tug of warring with itself. Competing with itself. Racing itself. And through that process of refining, chipping pieces off the DNA molecule and sticking new pieces on, through just random mutations, it creates this thing that says, I'm a fittest. Yeah, because I survived 4 billion years. I have 4 billion year lineage, so I am a fit. So fucking what? Really. It's a non-accomplishment. And all of this, like I said, there's just no reason to say there's leprechaun gold. There's no reason to accept any doubt regarding the simple truth that there's no evidence of any intelligence behind this thing, orchestrating this thing, pushing any goddamn buttons. There's no buttons, and there's no finger, and there's no mind to instigate it. It's crude forces run amok, period. There's atheism 2.0, which is accepting that simple truth, or there's fucktard. Those are your two choices. There is no agnostic, there is no religious, there is no spiritual, there is no phantasmagorical. There's just people with a brain that use it properly and assholes. Those are the two fucking choices. Alright? I'm abolishing the word agnostic. I'm abolishing it. It's an idiot. It's a word for retards. I don't know whether I like chocolate ice cream or I don't like chocolate ice cream. I don't know should I put my foot forward or should I put my foot backwards? I don't know what to do. Now, fuck you. You know what? You know what you ought to do? Pick up a hammer and bash your brains in, you stupid idiots. The truth is not elusive. The decision is not complicated. None of this is any of the bullshit you've made it out to be. And the reason why you're making it out to be all this shit is you're trying to pickpocket the truth. You're trying to steal You know, you're trying to find some way to pull the wallet out of people's pocket and stick Santa Claus in there. I mean, you're just fucking idiots, morons, retards, fuckwits, cretinoids, dipshits. I'll go on and on. But that's all there is. Alright? There's atheists and there's assholes. Period. Yeah. End of conversation. I'm not even going to acknowledge your existence. You call yourself an agnostic, I'm not even going to acknowledge that you exist. If I was driving a car, you're invisible. I'm just not going to acknowledge you anymore. You're too fucking stupid. I don't know. So if you don't know, you shouldn't be on the fucking street. If you don't know, you should be locked in a closet somewhere where you can just say, I don't know all day. You fucking retard. What is there not to know? What evidence do we lack? What, you want a videotape of creation? Right? You want to see the first cell reproduce on film? Well, guess what? That tape ain't never showing up, asshole. Fuck. So anyway, stupid conversation. I mean, it's not stupid. It's pitiful. It's sad. It's disgraceful. It just shouldn't have to exist. This ice is looking to kill me. Yeah, no, you shouldn't have to have this conversation. It's just too stupid. The only sensible conclusion is atheism. The rest is nonsense. There, period. It's cold out here. Sorry. Yeah, well, that's enough. Alright, now that was fun. Probably the sound on this camera doesn't work. The whole video is lost. Maybe I'll just hold it over this mud and see if it evolves. Do a reproducing cell. But anyway, so till the next time, and such and so forth, and whatnot. Yeah, that's probably good. No, button. Cold. Cold fingers. He's the man with the... You don't want touching you because he's covered in poo. Oh, ice skating soon. Anyway, I'm going. See you later. I was going, but the camera doesn't want me to go.